Sal Berry.
Like a Facebook relationship status, it's complicated.
And Tim Parish.
This is the dumb card that shouldn't be here.
This is the Puck Junk Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Puck Junk Hockey Podcast. I'm Sal Berry and with me is Tim Parish. And today we're going to talk about the 21-22 Upper Deck Ice hockey card set. Yep, you heard right. 21-22. We are traveling back in time. No, not really. This set just came out a couple months back. You know, part of the joy of a weekly podcast is can't get to everything in one show, and sometimes things come out and we talk about them when we get around to it. But what's funny about the set is it's a 21-22 set that came out at the end of 22-23, but it also includes a bonus 2021 pack, and then the set also has 2019-2020 update cards. So it's kind of all over the place as far as like the content that's put inside of Upper Deck Ice, or at least 21-22 Upper Deck Ice. But we'll talk more about that. So Tim, how are you this fine time we are recording? Could be morning, could be evening. We don't know. Doesn't matter. When you listen to this is important, not when we record this. But how are you doing as of this recording?
Well, I would say on a scale of 1 to punching someone in the face, I'm about wishing someone would stub their toe really hard.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's normal.
Because that's their own fault and not your fault. That's not like...
Yeah, so I'm right about at a level of a normal day ending in Y.
That's good. That's good. I like that. Yeah, I had a pretty good day today. I opened some cards, but one thing is that I recently launched the Puck Junk newsletter. As I said in the first issue, whatever you want to call it, I guess it's an issue, not a paper issue. It's an email, but still in the newsletter, I just basically said, you know, there's a lot of hobby.
You could print it out and it could be paper.
You could print it out. You could laminate it. You could put it on your wall. You could print out 100 of them and put one in everybody's mailbox. That would be cool.
Put it on the bulletin board at work.
Yeah, exactly. Like by the water cooler so people could read it.
I mean, we don't have a bulletin board, nor do we have a water cooler. I might just hang it on the wall.
But what I was going to say was there's a lot of newsletters and they're either about all the sports, but really not hockey, or they're about investing in sports. And I just wanted to do something that was about hockey. And so I did. So, you know, we'll see. Of course, the last thing I need is another thing to do. But then again, you know, because got the podcast, got the blog post, got my freelance writing for a couple different publications. So it's like, do I really need another thing? But sometimes you make the time for these things. I think it'll be good for the hobby of hockey card collecting. So if you want to sign up for that, you can do so at puckjunk.com/newsletter. Overall, the response has been positive. I got a couple people who replied who were like, way to go. This is cool. Very informative. I had a couple people reach out to me, either replying or on social media, and they'd basically say, oh, here's a set of cards that you didn't add to your list. You could put this on for next time. Or there's an upcoming autograph signing that you should know about where you can mail in your stuff to get signed. Here's the info for that. So already other people are like, basically just kind of cluing me in on stuff that's going on. And this is great because then it'll help everybody who collects hockey and hockey cards.
All about cultivating our fellow hobbyists and keeping them away from basketball cards.
Oh, no, I mean, they could collect basketball if they want, but I just think that, like, you subscribe to certain newsletters and it's either going to be, these are the hottest cards right now that you should buy, or it's going to be like, the new Topps Chrome Super Refractor Auto Set Series 3 Bowman Boosters is now available. And it's just like, there's just
this year would be the Taco Fractor, because that's what everybody's talking about.
I don't know.
The Taco Fractor. Have you seen those cards?
No.
They're something. It's a refractor, but it has pictures of tacos in the background.
That'd be cool for a Deadpool card.
I think there's going to be some kind of promotional tie-in for it, but I don't know. Who knows? I don't collect baseball, so it doesn't matter.
Like the World Series promotion where if somebody steals a base,
steal
you
a
get
base,
a free taco.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I think that's what it's going to be, but I don't know. They're very short printed, so they're hard to pull.
Once upon a time, I collected baseball cards. We all did once upon a time for one reason or another, either just peer pressure, osmosis, it was there and something to buy, whatever. But, it's like everybody's like, I hate it when it's like Topps wants to know what should card number 1 be and let's have a vote on it. And it's like, there's so much about baseball cards, but baseball is not the only sport. It can be the biggest, most popular sport, but it's not the only sport.
Yep. And time again, I get into conversations. I use air quotes, conversations with people on social media that I quickly bow out of when people go on and on about how I wish this company was still around, or I wish that company, or I wish there were still cards of this. Guess what? There is. They're all hockey.
Yeah.
You want Upper Deck? Hockey. You want Fleer? Hockey. You want O-Pee-Chee? Hockey. So either come over there or just realize that this stuff still exists, just not for your sport.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not here to teach those people. I'm here to teach the people that want to learn, our listeners.
So speaking of listeners, we recently got a new 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, and actually a
5
review.
stars?
Yeah.
Out of 10?
No, out of 5.
What? Impossible.
So those of you who've taken the time to rate our podcast, either on Apple, Spotify, or whatever, thank you for doing that. If you haven't done so, please do so, because that actually helps us. The more ratings we get, the more that helps our podcast grow and get better placement on the list on Apple Podcasts. The more listens we get, the more likes we get, the more ratings we get. And then when somebody actually writes in a review, all of that helps. So if you have time to do that, if you could just spare a minute or two of your day and do that for us, that would be huge. But I want to read this wonderful, glowing review that we got from, I think his username is Darth Corgi. Did I read that correctly?
I think it's Corgi, like the dog.
Oh, Corgi. Sorry. From Darth Corgi. Okay, yeah, likes dogs and likes Darth Vader. Darth Corgi has left us this glowing 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and he said, awesome chemistry of the hosts moves the conversation along in a natural and entertaining way. Podcast is very knowledgeable on the subject of hockey cards, but the show also touches upon the world of hockey, the teams, players, history, and fun insights about this beloved sport.
Wow. Well, thank you, Darth Corgi, but I think you left that comment on the wrong podcast. But that's cool, though. We'll take it.
I think he left it on the right podcast because it says moves the conversation along in a natural and entertaining way. And we have a rapport. We're entertaining. Yeah.
I suppose.
And I think touches on the other things is a nice way of saying goes off on tangents.
Tangents. Tangent is our middle name.
Right, exactly. But yeah, hey, I'm thrilled. Every time we get a positive review, that just, brightens my day a little. So I'm happy. So thank you for that. And if anybody wants to top that, please do. Like I said, every little bit of support helps. Upcoming releases. Okay. Couple of things that came out in the past, couple of things coming up ahead. Just going to focus on the month of August, just because dates are subject to change. So I don't want to talk about stuff that may or may not come out in December. But anyways, in August 6th, we had President's Choice Trading Cards came out with a set called Lumbergraphs, which is basically hockey autographs that were on a hockey stick that were cut off the stick. So the stick is cut and then mounted on the card, hence the term Lumbergraphs. There's also vintage paper cuts, which is where they cut up an old document. Think of like a program or a ticket stub or a piece of paper that you might have handed to Art Ross back in like the 20s or whatever to have them autograph. So that's vintage paper cuts. That also came out on the 6th. August 10th, we saw MVP come out at Hobby and Retail. I was this close to buying some retail at Target, but I didn't. But I'm probably gonna, because I always fall for MVP, and we'll definitely talk about MVP on a future show. I'll definitely probably get a hobby box as well, because, it'll have that 1 in, 1,200 odds of getting the first overall pick card, and we know who that is. I
have no clue.
Yeah. Connor something or other.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. Connor Bedard, for those of you who haven't heard. That's August 10th. MVP came out at Hobby and Retail. August 13th, then, President's Choice came out with another set called One of a Kind. It's actually a set that they've done before. It's basically like a jumbo piece of jersey memorabilia, but I mean, these are really nice. Like a piece of patch, not a piece of a white jersey, but a piece of like the logo or of a letter or a number or something. So that's One of a Kind, and obviously they're one of ones. August 16th, Upper Deck Stature, 21-22 Upper Deck Stature. August 23rd, we got 22-23 Upper Deck CHL and 22-23 Upper Deck Black Diamond. August 30th, we'll have 22-23 Upper Deck Skybox Metal Universe, and we'll have 21-22 Upper Deck Ultimate Collection. So that should round out the month of August. Crazy that we're getting like 2 Metal Universe sets in the same calendar year, and we're getting 2 of a lot of the same sets in the same calendar year, but Upper Deck's playing catch up and they're getting caught up quite nicely.
Well, they dropped the sale sheets for 22-23 Skybox Metal Universe too, like a week or so ago.
Oh yeah? See anything of note?
I don't know. If you look at the box breakout, you get like 3 rookie cards, like the premium prospects in there. And I guess the retros this year are 98, 99 Metal Universe retros.
Huh. Must
Plus
be like basketball or something, because they didn't do hockey that year.
My point exactly. So you get 3 of those. You get like 1 insert, 1 acetate card, and then 5 other random inserts. But that's it. There's no guarantee anything, really. So I think there's 8 autographs in a case. So they're not guaranteed 1 per box. So I don't know. We'll see.
One per box is kind of.
It's going to be popular. Yeah, but it's going to be popular regardless because people love metal. So I mean, it's a super popular product.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I was super excited when it came out for 2021. I liked the Fleer metal sets back in the day. I mean, we did a whole podcast about the 2 Fleer metal hockey sets. Those were a little more zany. At least one of them was a little more zany. This is a little more subdued. Unfortunately, the parallels, which show like the planets and stuff in the background, those are, sorry, I say parallels. I meant to say inserts. Like the insert design is what I want the regular set to be designed like, but whatever. Usually like in the past 2 sets.
Well, there's some interesting names for some of the insert sets. Like one of them's called Bottle Rockets.
Okay, I like it.
There's one called Jarring, which I don't know what it means other than guys that knock other guys' teeth out.
A jarring hit.
Yeah. Metal Ore was one I saw, and Flash the Glove, which I'm hoping that's an all goalie set. Hopefully something that might be die cut. Who knows? I don't know.
Like the shape of a glove or something.
Yeah. They were limited on the pictures that were on the sheet for now. So, but I don't anticipate this coming out for a while. So.
Yeah. It's kind of like Upper Deck's in a little bit of a hurry to try to get product out. It's kind of hard because they're balancing. They don't want to put out too much stuff at the same time, but they kind of have to because they're trying to get caught up. And then people are going to buy it anyways. Like if you're going to buy metal, you're going to buy it whether it comes out in the middle of the season or if it comes out at the beginning of the next season because you like that product. Just like you buy O-Pee-Chee at the beginning of the season and O-Pee-Chee came out more towards the end of the season or, like March or whatever, and you bought it. You're still going to buy that set because it's what you like. People who collect a certain set aren't going to be like, well, that season's already over. I'm not going to collect those cards anymore. It doesn't work that way anymore. It used to maybe once upon a time. Like when Topps couldn't sell its 1952 Series 4 baseball cards because all the kids wanted 1953 baseball cards. And finally, Topps said, all right, screw it, and threw it in the harbor, all those Mickey Mantle rookie cards that sank to the bottom of the ocean.
Well, we're not going to be behind forever. Eventually, they'll get caught up.
And then that'll be
whether in order to get caught up, it's to not have certain releases for a year or two, just to skip over some things, then so be it. But they're going to have to start doubling up if they want to get caught up.
Right.
To use it in terms of like social media engagement, you post videos every day on YouTube, a couple times a day. You don't get that many hits on all of them. You post one a week, you get tons of hits because people like to see things stretched out.
Well,
And if
it
you're
was
just
like,
doing it constant, like, oh, here's a release, and then here's a release, and then tomorrow there's another one, and next week there's another one. And it's like, I haven't even got caught up with the last 5.
I would see this a lot when I worked in the comic book store, where if too much stuff came out in the same week, people would be like, I'm already buying enough. I want that new Batman miniseries, but I'm already spending $50 in comic books and I can't really afford another book. You know what I mean? Like, or another 2 books or whatever. But then other times they'd be like, oh man, nothing really came out this week, just Spider-Man, and that's it. And I'll read that in half an hour. And then they'll look and go, oh, okay, maybe I'll check out this miniseries or whatever, right? So it's kind of like when there's not a lot going on, you're maybe a little more willing to buy the cards or to try the cards. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'll try a box, and if I like it, I'll collect it.
Yeah. As much as I've kind of shied away from the buying new product stuff, and the allure of busting, no pun intended, because
no pun intended, yeah.
I would like to open a lure, but that whole luster of just, oh, this came out, I better go buy a box. This came out, I gotta go buy a box. The first boxes I've opened in a long time were those few that I bought from the National. That's it. I don't think I've opened product in at least 6 months, if not more. And I kind of feel better about it, because all my money has gone to buy singles and individual cards of things that I want, so I can knock things off my checklist rather than a giant stack of cards to make a new set that I'm never going to finish, and then a bunch of inserts that I'm never going to get rid of, and that kind of thing. So so turn on the presses, make as many sets as you want.
Right.
I'm not buying any of them.
Wow,
that's a bold statement. I try not to speak in absolutes.
I mean, you're still going to buy Series 1, Series 2, Extended Series, and O-Pee-Chee.
At some point.
So, I mean, that's your jam, I'm going to buy Series 1, Series 2, Extended Series, O-Pee-Chee, and Metal Universe. And then maybe, maybe a little SP Authentic. I guess it just depends. I mean, I like Allure, but I probably would rather just pick off the singles that I want versus, like, trying to get the whole thing. I mean, I like O-Pee-Chee Platinum, and that's one that I, at least try to build the base set for. So, I mean, everybody has the sets that they like.
Platinum I usually buy because you at least get one on-card auto in a box. So it's not as devastating when you open this box of nothing.
Right. So I opened a box recently of 21-22 Upper Deck Ice. So let me just give you guys the rundown of what is in a box. So you get 6 cards per pack, and you get 12 packs in a box, plus 1 bonus 2021 Ice pack. You get your 6 cards per pack, 12 packs per box, and then there's a 13th bonus pack that's a 2021 pack. So a couple of the things that they boast on the box: all autographs are hard signed, meaning signed on card. It says, look for exclusive 2021 and 21-22 exquisite collection cards. Collect at least 2 Ice Premier's rookie acetate cards per box on average. And right now the boxes are selling for around 110. They were selling for 130. They seem to settle down to about 110 now. Now, as far as the breakdown of the set, not counting the inserts and parallels, which we'll talk about later, it's a 250 card set. Cards 1 through 100 are the base veteran cards. Cards 101 through 150 are the base rookie cards. You get 1 per pack, 12 per box. What's nice about the base and the base rookie cards, I mean, I like the design. I'll talk more about that. And on the back, they only have 1 line of stats, and that's okay. I kind of like the backs of the cards because they're very clean, very minimalist. I like the design on the front. I'll talk more about that in a minute. But basically, so after cards 101 through 150, then the next 100 cards, 151 through 250, are also rookie cards. But now these are the ones printed on the acetate, the Ice Rookie Premiers, and you get about 2 or 3 per box. It says 2 per box on average. My box had 3. So these are serial numbered out of between 99 to 1299, depending. Like the ones that are like 151, 152, 153, and so forth, those are numbered out of $12.99. And as you get closer to 250, then those are numbered out of $99. Basically, the more desirable rookie cards are going to be numbered to $99, and the less desirable rookie cards are going to be numbered to $12.99. And as I mentioned before, these are printed on that see-through PETG plastic. So they're, they're plasticky cards, and I like them. And I've said this a million times, and I'll say it a million more. I wish all hockey cards were printed on this kind of plastic, because then cards would be a lot easier to keep in good condition. Anywho, so yeah.
Everything can't be a 10, man.
No, I know, right? Unless you got a little inside deal going on with Beckett, right? Wink, wink.
Well, they don't do that.
No, never.
Trading companies are on the up and up.
As far as parallels, there's 11 different parallels of the set. There's the black, which are numbered 1 out of 1, so you only get one. I mean, there's only one copy of each. There's blue, which are numbered out of $5.99. Red, which are numbered out of $3.99. Royal blue, which are numbered out of $99. And then gold, green, ice blue, lavender, and orange versions, as well as gold patch parallels and jersey parallels. As far as insert sets, I'm not going to list them all out. There are 60 different insert sets.
Did you say 16?
60.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I think
60.
we lost our connection here. Did you say 60? I'm just kidding. We didn't lose it. I was just making a joke that's a lot.
60 different insert sets. Now, some of those are 2019-20 update cards.
You did mention that those were in there.
Yeah, update. Oh, they got some 17-18, 18-19, and 19-20 update sets. And then, all the exquisite stuff. That's also counting the 2021 bonus pack cards, which they're counting. Even though it's like a set, it's considered like an insert set because it's not its own standalone set, even though it is. It's an insert set of the 21-22. So it's kind of convoluted. But some of the ones that stand out are Shrines, Sub-Zero, Ice Crystals, Signature Swatches, which I did not get one of those, Ice Premiers Retro, Frozen in Time, Exquisite Collection Rookies, Ice Premiers Autographs, and so on and so forth. And then the bonus pack, just to get that out of the way, the 2021 bonus pack has 3 base cards and 1 special card, which can be black, green, ice blue, lavender, orange, or royal blue, or it could be like an autograph or something, So there's a lot going on with ice. It's complicated. Like a Facebook relationship status, it's complicated.
So the 19 stuff would have been in the 2021 product as the update. But since they canceled the 2021 product and then decided later on, you know what, we already have this stuff, let's just shove it in this product. So now you're shoving 2 years worth of stuff into another product.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot because just like we were saying, you water down the market if you start releasing things too much. This is like releasing things too much. Only they're all in the same box. It's like 3 sets all in one.
And I've said this before with insert sets. Collectors get so overwhelmed, they don't even bother. Collectors like a challenge. They want a challenge. Everybody's desire for what that level of challenge is varies. But, I mean, for me, a perfect challenge would be like, here's a complete set in a box. You must open it and put it into pages. And I'll be like, oh, damn, I got to put them in order first, right? Okay, that's my threshold for a challenge. Some people are like...
This is clearly not a set builder set anymore. It might have been at one point in time. And clearly it was, even just doing the base cards and not the short print ones. But yeah, 100 base cards, it's going to take you forever to put this together if you were buying boxes.
For the 2021, yes. For the 21-22, no, because you get like 30 of those base cards per box. So the current
30, but there's 100. That would need at least 3 boxes, if not more. Plus, you're going to get all the 20 and all the 19 stuff too.
Right. But at the same time, there are 50 base rookies to collect, and you get 12 per box. So if you bought 4 or 5 boxes, you'd build the base set, you'd build the base rookie set, and you'd have, probably around 10 or so of the ice premieres. You get an autograph per box, but like maybe getting a better autograph, like the more you buy, right? Versus if you buy one box, you might hit it big, you might not. You buy 5 boxes, law of averages, blah, 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 and so forth.
It sounds like you'd have to go all in on a case in order to get anywhere close.
The messed up thing, though, is that like at a show, you'll find a complete base set for like $10 eventually, because someone's going to bust a bunch of cases. They're only going to care about the hits. They're going to build the base sets if they don't just throw them in the garbage, and they're going to sell them for like $10 just to get rid of them. I mean, when I went to the Fall Expo last November, I was buying sets of like SP Authentic base for like $5, $10. I mean, like nothing. And it's sad because you say, wow, it would take you 3 $100 boxes to build the base set that
Right.
someone else is just going to sell for $10. So you really got to want to build the set. You really got to want to buy it and get those other cards.
Something like this puts that into perspective. Look, people aren't running out and buying ice for the sole purpose of building a set. Because this isn't a set builder set. But having multiple NHL seasons mixed within the same brand, that's crazy to me. I mean, I get it. It happens sometimes that you have to do that. But really, when people are buying ice, they're not chasing after the base cards. What do people want in ice? They want the ice premieres and they want the exquisite cards. I mean, that's really what they've gone after over the years. And that's the ones that bring on the premium. But now you've got ice premieres from 3 different seasons as well as exquisite.
Now, imagine this. You buy a box of ice, you get an ice premieres of Kirill Kaprizov from 2021.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. But then my question is would there actually be an aftermarket value for that card? Or would people still be like, nah, it's not a young gun, I don't care? Be like, but this is a really hard card to get. It's not a young gun, I don't care.
It'll have some premium. I mean, look, the high value guys generally will carry across the board value, but you're not going to be doing the same thing with Spencer Knight. You're not going to be doing the same thing with Quentin Byfield. You're not going to be doing the same thing with Trevor Zegras. They're not going to pull what they normally would. Cole Caulfield might, to the right person, but most of that 21, 22 draft class that's in those, that's, I don't know. I mean, there's the guys that you would pick out of there, like some of the ones I just mentioned, or maybe even like Jeremy Swayman,
right?
Throw him in that mix, or even Moritz Seider, Mason McTavish, maybe
Lucas Raymond.
So there's a few guys that are going to carry that, but you're right, it's nowhere near what somebody's going to go out and get one of those young guns for and get them graded, and they're going to grade a 10 because there's 78,000 more that are also grading a 10. But yeah, that's just crazy to me that you have all of that in one product. It's a lot to take in.
So I'll tell you this. I do like Ice's design. I mean, Ice for me is kind of hit or miss. Overall, I've generally liked Ice over the years. I like the set because it looks like the player is kind of busting out of like a wall of ice. I mean, that's not actually what it's illustrated to look like, but that's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit, just the way you kind of have these jaggedy lines on either side of the player, and then behind them it kind of looks like you're looking into like the Fortress of Solitude that Superman lived in the Superman movies, Or he didn't live there. He just kind of hung out there when he needed some me time. But I like the design of the base set and the base rookie set. I think that saying, here's your best 50 rookies and you get 12 per box, I think that's okay. I like 1 rookie card per pack. Now, I know these are not the Ice Premier rookies. Those are serial numbered and a little more desirable to have, obviously, because they're serial numbered and they're printed on the clear plastic and whatnot. But if you wanted to like collect Ice and just collect cards 1 through 150, it's attainable. And you'd have the 100 best players and you'd have the 50 best rookies. But then if you really wanted that challenge and say, you know what, I want that numbered out of 99 Moritz Seider Ice Premier's rookie card, or I want the numbered out of 799 Philip Gustafson Ice Premier's rookie card. You could build that too as well.
Penguins legend.
Penguins legend, right? Yeah.
Philip Gustafson.
Yeah, pictured in a Sens jersey, but now he's with the Wild as of this recording. So that's the other thing that kind of throws me off about opening quote unquote old product in the new year is like, I look and I go, oh, yeah, that's right. He used to play on that team. You know what I mean? Like, it always throws me for a loop to see a card from a couple years ago and the guy's changed teams like once or twice since then. It's kind of funny.
So as much as you like the base cards for this year, what about the 2021s that were stuck in there? What about those base cards?
I don't like them as much.
I thought that design was like already been used. I feel like I've seen that design before, maybe on an ice product, maybe on SP, but it looks very similar to something I've seen.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. You get 1, 2, 3. You get 5 cards. I said 4. You actually get 5 cards per pack in the 2021 pack. I said 4 earlier. It's actually 5 because mine had 3 base cards, an Ice Premiers. I got Ty Dellandrea. I hope this kid pans out because he seems to be the only Dallas Stars card I ever get from 2021. I look and I go, is that J-Rob? Nope, it's Ty Dellandrea. Is that Jason Robertson? Nope, it's Ty Dellandrea. Every time I pull a Stars rookie card from 2021. And then I got like a gold card or whatever.
He played all 82 games last year for Dallas. Ty Dellandrea did.
Yeah, he's moving up. So I guess the thing is that like if you printed 2021 cards and you got to get rid of them somehow, why not put more of them in the box? Or why not make it 2 bonus packs? Now, before you say 2 bonus packs, that's crazy. Here's something funny that I just want to point out. Because 13 is an uneven number and they didn't want to have the pack shift around, they put in a piece of foam at the bottom of the box that was the size and thickness of a pack to basically like bolster it up so that one extra pack wouldn't slide around. You know what I mean? Because they're always in an even number, but because it was an odd number of packs, they had to put something in there to just kind of even them out so one wouldn't like move around in the box when it shipped. I thought that was interesting.
You sure that's not a manufactured patch of a piece of ice?
Nope, it is a piece of foam.
Oh.
Also, you know what's funny is that I kept getting decoys. Like, I get that, like, they put the decoys in there because people will be like, ooh, this is a heavy pack. It must have a jersey card in it. And no, it's a decoy. But what's funny is that, like, you'll get, like, 3 decoys, and then, like, maybe one will be, like, not a decoy and be, like, a jersey card. But I got, like, 4 decoys in my box. But then what was funny was that, like, one of the decoys was packed with a jersey card, but it was like kind of thin for a jersey card. It wasn't like super thick, but I was just like, I kept thinking, okay, is this the one that's going to have the patch auto? Nope, it's a decoy. Is this one going to have a patch auto? Nope, it's a decoy. It's a decoy. And the last one, it's a decoy. Oh, and it's a jersey card with a white swatch. Whoop-de-doo. Do I like Logan Thompson? I mean, yes. Is the card kind of nice? Yeah.
At least it's Logan Thompson and not. Yeah, you're right. It's not good. I didn't have anything nice to say. Sorry.
The fact that it's Logan Thompson is nice, but other than that, it's just not a very exciting card. Although it is like printed on like, it's kind of got like a plasticky finish, the front and the back. So it's a quality card. Just my problem is when you spend a lot of money on a box, I know $110 isn't necessarily a lot of money. So maybe that's where all the white jersey swatches go, like 200 and under product.
No, because I've seen $200 and $300 boxes open with white swatches too. So I don't think they plan it. I think it's just random, honestly.
So anyways, I like the base card design. I like the fact that on the back, it's just one line of stats. I know I'm one of these old school people who want all the stats. I feel like if you're not going to do all the stats, just do the most recent year and the totals. And I'm good with that. So it has kind of like just this nice minimalist look. It's easy to read, height, weight, shoots, born, and then 1 year of stats, the name and the position. So it's just a nice, clean looking card. There are parallels of the 150 cards. They did it for 1 through 100 and then 101 through 150. There are, like I said, black, blue, gold, gold patch, green, ice blue, jersey, lavender, orange, red, and royal blue. So there's a lot of different parallels. So I got an orange parallel. Actually, I got 2 orange parallels, one of Ryan O'Reilly and one of Brad Marchand. Okay, not bad. 2 solid players right there. I got a gold of Ducks player named Benoit Olivier Groulx, Groulx. I wasn't prepared to pronounce that name.
It looks like it says gruel, but there's an X on the end, and I'm like, I don't know what
Right.
you would say.
I don't know.
I guess it's French.
Good guess. And then you get 1 green parallel per pack. Actually, I kind of like these green parallels. I like these orange parallels. The gold parallel almost looked like an orange parallel, but just not as bright. But it's more shimmery, if that makes sense. I like these parallels.
It looks like sparkle.
Yeah, and I like these parallels. And I kind of look at these. They remind me a lot. I hate to bring it up because they're long gone, but the Panini Prism cards from 13-14, and they were like the speckled ones. I forgot what they were called, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they had the regular ones. They had the Prism parallel ones. Then they had the blue and the red, and then the red Prism and the blue Prism, and then green, and then cracked ice, and a million different parallels.
So I look at this set and I almost think that this could be like the heir apparent to Prism, because Prism is popular. Is there a hockey set that kind of captures people like Prism does? Maybe it's metal.
Yeah, I don't think it's metal. I think Upper Deck's answer for that is more like O-Pee-Chee Platinum or Allure, because of how many different parallels they have and how they're more like that. I don't even know what you call the printing, that silvery, whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Dufax, it's whatever that silver foil board that they use. It's almost like mirror board, and they use it for both releases. And then you throw in all the myriad of colors because everybody loves rainbows for some reason.
Yeah, but I look at something like this and I go, wow, this would actually be a fun set to put together. Like the green parallels, 1 per pack, not too tough to put together. Of course, me being crazy, I'd want to do like an odd mix of like green, orange, and blue. Basically not the numbered ones, or not the ones that are like limited. Well, blue are out of 5.99, but like maybe like ice blue or maybe orange or lavender. You know what I mean? Like you could do like a variety of them. I always think that'd be fun to just have like an eclectic set where like all the border colors are different. But then again, I'm always bringing up 73, 74.
I was going to say, what are you trying to do? Duplicate 73, 74?
That's exactly what I want to do. And I always think about that whenever I open a box of cards where there's like different border colored parallels. And I go, damn, it would be cool to just have like a set where like maybe the first card on the page is blue and the second one on the page is green and the third one on the page is red and the fourth one on the page is yellow. You know what I mean? And just have like a bunch of different colors. But I don't know. That's just me. And I'm crazy.
If I was paging them, I would want them to I'd either want 3 or I'd want 9.
Yeah, you said that in the past. Just like you said, you didn't want 4 versions of the same card. You want 3 or 6 or 9.
Yeah, because it doesn't work on a page that way.
Right.
It throws the whole thing off. So like the 73, 74 set, you had yellow, red, blue, and green. So there's 4, but yeah, you can kind of make the case like, the first 6 cards or whatever were league leaders. So they were all yellow. Mm-hmm. So at least the first 6 on the page, if you paged them, they were all yellow. And then it went red and blue and then red and then green and then so on and so forth.
Okay, so as long as you're showing your OCD tendencies, let me ask you, how do you feel about a 100-card set?
Hate them. And you know what I do?
What do you do?
1 through 99, and then card number 100 gets put in the middle of the page that has 99, flipped around backward.
Okay.
So it's the only page in the entire book that has 2 cards in one sleeve.
Why in the
Because
middle?
I'm not wasting another page for one card.
No, but why wouldn't you put it in one of the top pockets, like where you'd expect card number 100 to be up at the top instead of putting it in the middle pocket but facing the other way?
Because it's getting punished for being the last card that doesn't fit on a page by itself.
Wow.
So it gets stuck in the middle and it gets highlighted as this is the dumb card that shouldn't be here. Now, if it was something else like in some of these top sets, when you page them, they don't fill a full page all the way.
Mm-hmm.
But most of these sets have, depending on the year, they'll have like team stickers. So wherever the last card ends, that's where I pick up the team stickers.
Everybody does that, but okay.
The all-star stickers or whatever, and I'll pick them up from that point forward. But the same thing happens when I do my team binders, because I have my team binders done by year by manufacturer, and I have plenty of upper deck ones where I don't really know how to do it, because it's like you have base card, you have the gold parallels, you have the speckled rainbow parallels. So do I do all the base cards till I get filled and then do all the next ones? Or do I do in the first slot goes the base card, the next slot is the rainbow, the next slot is the speckled? Some years I've done that. Other years I don't. It's just a matter of what I have. And then I go and look and I'll be like, oh, great. Well, there's 21 players in the checklist. How am I supposed to do that? 21. Okay, well, if I'm going to do 21, if there's 21, now I have to do base card, rainbow, speckled or exclusive or
Right.
French version or whatever I decide. Then I have to do it that way because I can divide 21 by 3 evenly and I need 7 pages. So it's got to be something like that.
No, I get it.
Uniform.
Like, for instance, like I've had sets where I have the English version and the French version. Not a big set like Pro Set or Upper Deck, but like a small set. Say, like, perfect example, 91-92 Classic Draft picks that had the green borders.
Yes.
There's the English version and there's the French version. So, like, I'll put all the English versions in the pages and then I'll put all the French versions in, like, pages, right? So one after the other. Or, like, say, like 94-95 Classic, there was the gold set that had, like, the team name, but it was running in gold letters down the side. So, like, for that, I did, like, the regular version, like the whole set, and then the gold version, the whole set, because I think it was like 100 cards and 100 cards or something like that. But not too long ago, I tracked down a complete 94-95 gold score hockey set. If you remember, the gold cards back in 94-95 score hockey were 1 per pack. So I tracked down the full gold set, and I had all the platinum ones already. Those were like a mail away. We could do a whole show on 94-95 score. In fact, we probably should, because it's just such an odd, messed up set because of the NHL lockout and then the mail away platinum sets and so on and so forth. So then I was like, well, I already have my set in pages. And I think I had my platinum set in pages, but now I'm like, well, now I got the gold set. I'm like, well, wouldn't it be cool to do them 3 across, or do I do the regular set, then the gold set, then the platinum set? And I just put it in like a big 3-inch binder. Or do I do like card 1 regular, card 1 gold, card 1 platinum, card 2 regular, card 2 gold, card 2 platinum? And that's what I ended up deciding to do. But part of the problem is that there are some cards that don't have platinum versions, because they didn't do that with the World Junior Championship cards.
Yeah.
So then it's like, well, what do I do? Do I leave those pockets blank? Because I like having them 3 across. Like, here's the regular version, here's the gold version, here's the platinum version. But then I'm like, I'll figure something out. And actually what I ended up doing was the platinum sets come with a little certificate that says this platinum team set is limited out of 1,994 copies or something like that. And so I basically just use that to fill the space. Like, I think one side is actually black. So I think I put some black side out and I put some certificate side out just because I had to put something in there. So whatever. Collectors were weird in that way. We have our little idiosyncrasies on how we do things and why we do things the way we do. What I do with the 100 cards, though, is that I will fill those other 8 pockets on that last page, which is like blank index cards that are cut to size.
So it's just blank. Like
Yeah.
the rest of the page is just blank white.
Yeah. Unless there's insert cards I could put in there, then I'll start the insert sets. Otherwise, I just put them blank white. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like pages cost too much for me to waste them.
I understand.
I don't.
Yeah.
Prime example, like you said, there's one, they didn't make certain cards. Like I can't remember which one it is, but there were some years on the checklist, like the Kevin Stevens card got missed for whatever the Penguin checklist was. And I can't think of what it is off the top of my head right now. But in the page where it would normally be, I wrote on a piece of paper that the Kevin Stevens card was never made, but it would belong here. And I stuck it in the sleeve. So that's what I did.
No,
but that's different because that's one thing missing. And then I went on from there and filled in the rest. But when it comes to doing like a set where it's not something I'm making up my own rules on, yeah, I definitely don't waste a page on just one card if I don't have to.
So tying this back to ice, which is what the topic we're supposed to be on.
Oh yeah, we were talking about ice. Sorry.
So yeah, because ice, like in the past when I've picked up a base set for like $10 or whatever, and it'd be like, 100 cards and 99 cards, and okay, now this 100th card is going to go in either in its own page like I do, or you're going to just put it on the back of the other page like how you do, and that's fine. Some of the other inserts though, they got one insert called Sub-Zero, which has like this kind of like cracked ice purple background. That's kind of neat.
Those have been around for a couple years.
Yeah, they're definitely an insert that I could do without. But one insert that I really like, this actually gave me pause. I did a double take. It's called Shrines. And it has like a mini puck and it has like a mini photo. And they're both put on a piece of the PETG plastic. And what it kind of looks like at first glance is like when you get like one of those puck and card holder displays, like a company like BCW makes a puck and card holder display that like you put in a hockey card, you put in a puck next to it. And that's kind of what it looks like a little bit, although the puck is overlapping the photo. The photo doesn't, I guess the photo could kind of look like a little hockey card if you think about it. At first I'm like, is that a little Sidney Crosby autograph? He must have used a teeny tiny little pen. But no, it's just looks like it's signed, but it's a facsimile. But it's a pretty cool card. I mean, it has all the bells and whistles. It's got die cutting, it's got foil board, and it's got plastic. So it does the things,
Checks all the boxes.
Checks all the boxes. It's pretty cool. And another one that I like is
that reminds me, by the way, of the team checklists from various Pacific releases. In the late 90s, early 2000s, because they used to do that too. They'd make like a big puck shape with like the team logo or whatever, and then a small picture of the player. Sometimes they were die cut. A couple years they weren't, but most of them were.
I remember those. Those are pretty cool. And then
Pacific was always the innovators of the die cutting. They did it on everything, sometimes too much.
Speaking of which, then we have crystals.
Crystals, yes.
Which kind of use these jaggedy, it's like a crystal shape, kind of like a leaf, but not a leaf, but like kind of like, I don't know how you describe it. You'll see the pictures in the further down where we have the links in the pictures.
Kind of does look like a maple leaf.
It's cool though. I look at this insert and I go, this is cool. That's cool. The Shrines is cool. The Sub-Zero's okay. I mean, you do get one autograph per box, or at least I got one autograph per box, and it was a Sub-Zero rookie of a Capitals player named Alexei Protas. What do you know about Alexei Protas, Tim?
I know nothing.
Nothing?
Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I know, that's sad. That's why I said when I saw your auto, I was like, oh, cool. Like, hi, I'm in Delaware.
Nope. He spent 58 games. Let's see. So this is a 21-22.
Yeah, I was going to say,
release.
Keep in mind, it's a couple years old.
So 21-22, he split time between Hershey and Washington. Played 33 games with the big club. Last year, he only spent 9 games in Hershey. He spent 58 games in Washington, 15 points in 58 games. Okay, he's a center. So at least he's playing in the NHL and not the KHL. Although that could all change, in a heartbeat. They all can't be, Kirill Kaprizov or Moritz Seider or Lucas Raymond or Mason McTavish or Cole Caulfield or Trevor Zegras, right? Like sometimes you get other players and you wait and see how they shape up. Is it a nice looking card? Yes. Is it a nice autograph? Yeah, you know what? It's on card. People tend to like that. It's funny that it's on card, but it's on card in like a little white area that almost looks like a sticker, but isn't.
Yeah. It's like the pre-designated sign here spot.
Right. Please sign in here. Do not exceed the shape of the box. It's always funny when they have like an area for the player to sign and they either ignored it or just didn't notice it. And they just kind of signed wherever they want. And in the blank area or the faded area where they were supposed to sign, they didn't. It's just kind of funny when that happens.
I saw that a lot on some cards by another manufacturer during a couple years that they were allowed to manufacture. I won't name names because they don't pay me to name their name.
Gotcha. You're not paid to endorse.
And now a word from our sponsor. Log. It's big. It's heavy. It's wood. It's log.
What sits on stairs, alone or in pairs? It's log.
It's log.
So, okay, Ren and Stimpy reference aside.
I just dated myself on that one.
Well, I'm dating no one, so you got me beat. I like this set. I'm tempted to get more of it.
Well,
why?
It's a big statement.
Well, I know, right? If I go after sets, it's either sets that I'm all in on building, like Upper Deck. I'll have a base set, and I'll be like, well, that's okay. I'll make another base set and keep chasing the young guns, right? And that's what we do, right? We end up with more base cards than we need, but we're after those short prints. This kind of set, I feel like I could buy a couple boxes, and I would be happy building a base set, happy building the base rookies, happy getting a bunch of the green parallels, and then trading away the inserts. Yeah, right, as if that happens. But sometimes I trade with people. Actually, I trade with people a lot on Twitter, which is fun. And like maybe getting a couple of good autographs. Like if you get an autograph per box, you might get someone good. I mean, especially since there are players from previous years. I mean, you got 2021, so that kind of becomes not to paraphrase your pun, but an alluring prospect to get some older cards mixed in there as well that might have some value or desirability.
Yeah.
So I like the set. I mean, the thing is that if you want to spend like $100, 110, you get an autograph, you get a jersey card, you get some die cuts, you get a couple of the Ice Rookie Premiers. And like you said, those do tend to have secondary market value. They're definitely not like thrown in with like the OPGs and the MVPs of the rookie card cast system.
Right.
They're higher up there. I mean, they're not Future Watch autos, but they're the right card. I mean, it could be a Young Gun level rookie.
Yeah. They're maybe not Young Gun level. They're not Cup level. They're not Future Watch level. But they would definitely be 4th, maybe 5th.
But they're higher up than your OPG marquee rookies.
They are. Like I said before, the bigger players still carry premiums because people want them. I mean, there is demand for that. Let's put it this way. You're not going to find those rookie cards thrown in a discount box very often.
No, I don't think I've ever seen. Oh, you know what? 0506 Ice. But that was crazy because people busted so much of that product. And basically anybody that wasn't Crosby or Ovechkin or maybe a select few other players got tossed in the quarter boxes. But then again, that set had an enormously large checklist.
Yeah, and you had a double rookie class with that too.
Right.
And they're still breaking that because I don't know if you saw, somebody had a case of that.
Wow.
Of ice at the National. I don't know if it sold or if they opened it or what, but somebody showed a picture of it.
So what do you think? Is this something you're going to go after or just the Penguins and that's it? Because I'm definitely going to try to get a base set one way or another and the base rookie set And if I could get the green ones, I'll do it. And if it's super hard, I probably won't do it. But 1 per pack ain't too bad.
I'll do the pens. I'm not going to chase this set. The base cards, as much as they're different from some of the other ice, like I said, the 2021 design looks vaguely familiar.
Mhm.
This one's a little different. Doesn't really do it for me though. I like it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to go after it. But I'll definitely try to get the Penguin cards that I can.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what you do. That's fun because not only is it you collecting your team, but you also kind of get a sampling of like all the sets that are out there. So you say, okay, you know what? I don't have every single hockey card made, or I don't have every single set that's out there, but I have at least a sample from every set that's out there.
I do have a lot of samples, that's for sure.
That's kind of cool too, you know? And we talk about this with player collecting and team collecting. It's like you make your own rules, you shape your own collection. It's kind of a little bit like coloring outside the lines, but still with some guidance, if that makes sense.
Where I color, there are no lines. Those lines have been long blurred. I make my own lines.
I think that's just your vision makes the lines blurry.
Yeah, my sugar's a little high. That's probably why.
Oh, okay. You're not myopic like me.
Myopic? No.
You know, needs glasses.
Can only see the thing that's right in front of them. Yeah, no.
All right, I think we should wrap this one up. I think we've said everything that we can say about ice.
It's cold. There, we didn't say that.
Ice is cold. All right, well, thank you for listening to the Puck Junk Hockey Podcast. If you get a moment, please give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to this podcast. Also, subscribe to the Puck Junk newsletter at puckjunk.com/newsletter. And until next time, collect what you like.
For more hockey goodness, follow us on Twitter at PuckJunk.